welcome to Wolf Farms. I'm Dawn, also known as Knittin' Wolf.
And I'm James, also known as Wolf Photo. This podcast is brought to you by Wolf Farms. You can find us on the internet at wolffarms.net. The scent of the month this month, we give 25% off of a scent every month, and this month is Coconut Lime Verbena. So you can get 25% off all products scented in that fragrance, the lotion, soap, bath salts, and I'm sure you'll enjoy those. And candle, of course. We got all sorts of good stuff. So try that out. We got other sale items as well. And like I said, the last couple episodes, we've been putting up our new lip balm flavors, and we've been giving those away for free. So, what's wrong?
We don't have yellow caps?
No, we don't have yellow caps, so it's going to be brown.
It's a rotten
You'll see what we're talking about here in a minute. But, so the new flavor, lip balm flavor that we're going to add to the shop this coming week is going to be banana coconut. And so, let's see if we'll get this to focus in. It doesn't usually like to, so there we go. Maybe that'll show. Oh, I got it. Banana coconut. With a brown cap, because I don't have yellow caps yet. Because
we got white cap?
Yeah.
Brown,
we got
that's
cream.
a rotten banana.
But it's coconut. Brown coconut. Banana coconut. I don't have yellow and brown or yellow, so it's
slacking.
I know. I got to order some yellow caps just to appease my lovely wife here. But back to the thing. You can get this for free for the next week, from Monday through Sunday. Just order $10 or more of other items in our shop. Put this into your cart. Use the coupon code TRYME, and you'll get this discounted, and you'll get it for free. So simple, $10. You can get a couple bars of soap and a couple other odds and ends. But I'm sure you'll enjoy it all. But I thought that would be a good way for you guys to try out our new flavors and enjoy them, because we got a lot of good feedback on all the new flavors that we've been putting out there, and so
Polly Knits, he showed it on his podcast, and Meltrian Designs, she gave us a really great review. There we go. So
yep. So
thank
yeah,
you,
like I said,
guys.
yeah, and like I said, we like to throw out the treats out there. So I'm sure you guys will enjoy this, and I think we got one or two more flavors to. At least one more.
3.
Oh. You sure? Mm-hmm. Okay.
And
at least one.
Pulled out.
I know, but 2 of them were the same.
I pulled it out.
So we have at least one more, and then we'll debate about how many more we have beyond that. But so this week, try it for free, Monday through Sunday. Use the coupon code TRYME. Order $10 or more of other items, and stick that in your cart, and you'll get it for free. It's that good. So
Farm happenings.
What do we got on the list there? Oh, yeah,
I thought, wow, where are you going with this?
She's in a mood today.
Yeah, I'm whiny.
Yeah, so if I do a lot of talking, distraction. Just kidding. Now this week, well, I'll let you talk, because you were the one that actually.
I didn't know if you were going to go off on something else.
No. We'll start with. I got other things I could talk about. My mouth sometimes doesn't stop, and I'm a quiet person. Believe it or not, I don't talk a lot.
That's like me saying I'm shy.
You are. Standing in Walmart line, waiting, talking, getting everybody's life story. Cosmo's joining in here. He's my buddy.
Yeah, he's been trained. This is one big kitty.
He
the
is
last
huge.
time we weighed him, he was 21 pounds.
I think he's gained some weight.
Yeah.
You think he's all fur until you pick him up. It's like, oh.
Can you actually show him? I mean, he's our flour sack kitty.
Yeah, he's like Gumby. You could put him in all sorts of positions. You can dress him up, and he'll just sit there. He would literally, we could set him on his back, sitting like he was sitting in a chair, and he would stay there for half an hour just staring.
Because Jimmy's done that.
Yeah. But yeah, so he's been my buddy today. Why don't we let you down? Why don't you go find
And
Jimmy?
he doesn't know that cats are supposed to be on their feet. So if you kind of just gonna go put him down,
He just flops.
yeah. Oh.
He's not very bright. But he's affectionate, so he makes up for it. Right, Cosmo? So, back to the ducks.
Did we even mention ducks?
I don't know.
Oh.
Did we? Back to the ducks. Let the ducks out of the bag, huh?
This week, we let the baby mallard girl ducks all out because we had a temporary cage within the pen for them, because we didn't know how the other ducks and stuff would react to them, so we needed them to get bigger. And so we let them out to the lake this week, and it was hilarious because they had no clue what to do. I'm trying to catch at least one of them because if they see one, the rest will go. It's like they move in a unison, as one unit, So I got one in there, and that was like, oh, spaz. And so then they all just stared at the lake, and then you'll see one to go like a foot, and then, oh, they run back, and then, back to the gate of the pen, and then, ooh, we'll do it again, and they all move a little bit. So they eventually got to the lake, and...
Yeah, well, let's say and, our other ducks did the same thing when we first let them out, because they don't know what to think, But
the geese keep herding them back to their gate, thinking, oh, you are babies, you need to stay there, and the next day... Day 2 on their venturing out, they were much more gonna play, spazzing in the lake and, going further around, and so, yeah,
they're getting their feet wet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, that was... the other ducks did the same thing. It's like you gotta kind of train them. This is water. You like that. They know the pools because we have little plastic pools in the area. So they go in and so they get a swim around in there. But the lake's bigger. They don't know what to think. But But it's
so funny because they still stay in their pack. And our other ducks stay in their pack, so...
Well, we have actually 3 groups of ducks.
Well, yeah.
We got the 3, which is what?
Daffy,
and...
Cambria.
And they're the first 3 that we got. So they always hang out together. Then the following year, we got Fro and JJ. And JJ was the only girl up until this last batch that we had. And so we had to kind of keep her separate because she was getting... abused by the other...
She's a call duck, which she's a mini duck.
Yeah, she's like a miniature duck. So we have her in with the chickens, and then we have all the 4 males out and about. Well, Fro always will go over to the fence where JJ's at, and they'll sit together. And so the 3 ducks are over here, and then you got JJ and Fro over there, and now the 5 mallard girls, now they're a new group. That kind of go around. And then the geese, they're kind of, so they all kind of get together. And so I did video. I went out and videoed them playing in the lake. So we can go out and show that because it's kind of funny because I got video of Daffy coming out and trying to herd them out of the lake. They're kind of territorial, and he's following me around the lake as I'm filming. So, I got that, and he keeps coming up, and he really wanted to be on the podcast. So I told him I would give him some airtime there. But why don't we go outside and we can see that video, and we'll see you out by the lake. Are you following me? Are you following me? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. You want to be on the video? You want to be on the podcast this week, huh? Huh? Go swim. Come here. Come here. You really want to be on the podcast this week, don't you? Don't you, Daffy? Yeah. Okay, let's go walk. This way. All right, we're back. Wasn't that fun? The ducks they enjoy that. I'm gonna be expanding the lake. That's on the list of things to do, and because I'm gonna put in some plumbing, some filtering and stuff like that. Because right now we don't have that. Why are you laughing?
Because plumbing, I think toilet.
Well, some piping. How's that?
Yeah.
I've got most of the.
Play with your pipe again.
Yeah, I want to play with my pipe, and so I have most of the pieces. But what I need to do is build another lake that I can get all the piping and stuff in place. I got to fill that up so they'll have a place to go. Then I got to let the other lake drain out, and I got to do the piping in there. So it's kind of a couple phase. I'm trying to get to about the place where we have about 3 times the size of the lake that we have right now. So
where I can fit a boat.
Where you can fit a boat. I don't think we're gonna have an island in the middle, but they have so much fun.
That's a kind of a cool idea.
Yeah, so I've got plans, and so I want to make that bigger, and they just enjoy it so much. But I need to get some filtering and stuff set up in there so that it stays a little cleaner. Plus, I have a little an old antique hand pump, so I'm going to have the water suck in and then go through the filters and come out that pump, and water feature. So we'll see how that works. I got plans, but it's a time thing. I need to retire, and we didn't win the lottery. The $600 million Powerball lottery. So
Did anyone?
Yeah, someone won. Back down to normal. So yeah, someone's probably happy. Or they haven't checked their ticket yet, but it wasn't us. No worry, it wasn't us. So, but so I got to keep working. So I just got to chisel away at this on the weekends. So, but that's it. Farm happenings on my side. See, we didn't talk about this. No, I just got basically. I'm cleaning up. You know, around all the concrete slag. I talked about that last week. I've got that all cleaned up. And I'm going to put in a couple trees into the area that I want to seed for grass. The problem is next weekend is a big weekend for me. I get 4 days off. But the weather is calling for wind the whole time, which makes it really hard to
well, this whole week it's been at least 30 to...
It's been windy.
70 miles
You wouldn't go out and fly a kite because you'll end up in the next city over. It's been really windy, and this whole year's the weather's been really odd. But right now they're calling for wind throughout the whole next weekend. So I'm debating whether I can even seed or not yet, and so I'm kind of debating on that. You're shaking your head at me. I see that. I see out the corner of my. But I'm going to get the trees put in and get all of that set up. Basically have that ready to go, and I'll have to see how the weather's looking next weekend, but I do want to get that all seeded and started because the hotter it gets, the more problematic it is for the seed to get started because you have to keep it damp and everything. Cooler weather does better when you're planting grass, so usually I like to have had this done sooner, but the weather's been so odd this year. We've had an early heat spell, you know, which we don't normally get this 100-degree weather in
And just in time for the AC to not work.
I got that fixed.
Yeah, when it started cooling down.
Well, I can't help that. Yeah, our air conditioning we haven't used, you know, so since last summertime. But one of the things, you know, it's about 7 years old, so there's parts that go bad. And when you have electric motors that run, there are capacitors in there. And basically those help the motors start, and they also help them run. And so heat just dries them out. They eventually go bad. I've replaced one on our forced air unit, but the condenser outside decided it wanted to stop working. And that's almost always the issue, is the capacitor. So I had to order one of those, and it came in, and I got it installed, but it was cooler, but it wasn't the hot weather, you know, but, you know, it's a couple of days.
You weren't here. How do you like this huff?
I cannot help it.
No.
I told you to fan yourself with the part when it came in. Not that that was going to help, but so yeah, that was my week. I think on the farm. Well, I had a 5-day work week, so
Yeah.
stayed busy down there, not up here. So, but yeah, so like I said,
He
hopefully
works an hour and a half away.
no, it's an hour. An hour.
Okay.
I commute.
So that's why down there, up here.
Yeah. We live in the high desert. I'll give some background on this one. We live in the high desert. Our elevation is about 2,500 feet above sea level. And so up here we get the, you know, wide swings in weather. But you talk about, I work actually in Los Angeles. So I go down from Lancaster down to Los Angeles every day during the week. When I'm working, I go down there, and that's, you know, so we always refer to Los Angeles as down below. And so whatever we're talking about going, it's down there and up here, you know, so, because elevation, I don't know, that's always been the case since I was a kid. They always talk about LA as down below. Yeah. So, you know, maybe the fire, you know, hell or something, I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, so I actually commute down to LA most of the week.
Yep.
So down there. See? And this is going to be a short podcast, by the way. Did I mention that?
That's what I said.
We always say that beforehand, but, you know, then I have to not talk, but be filler information. So, TMI.
What's cooking?
I don't know.
Well, I made bread this week. I made cookies. And that bread, because I was going to make Jimmy cookies, and he goes, "Oh, Mom, you know, can't you make some more of that white bread?" And so I'm like, cookies are much quicker. So I made it, and it still is coming out like this.
Yeah, because it rises really big.
I get all that.
See, someone in the know needs to tell you how to make it stay puffy. I know you started reading, and
yes, I dug out some of my old Fanny Farmer, and I don't even know what the other one is. And they have tips on like heating the water for the yeast and blah 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 blah. So I'm going to nail this where it looks like a dang loaf of bread, and it doesn't matter. He just scarfs it.
Yeah, he refers to it as candy. He likes it that much. So
that's whether what he uses for his desserts. So.
Yeah, whether it's puffy or not, he could care less. He just likes the flavor. But it would be nice if you could get the bread to
I want it to look like the pretty loaf.
Maybe you're just not putting in enough dough. Just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Where's that hook?
Yeah.
So, I also made, I'm just being a little Holly homemaker this week, haven't I? I made strawberry freezer jam, and I love this jam. This is, I think I'm the only one that really uses it, but...
We don't dare eat it because you have that stockpiled to get you through the year, because strawberry season's kind of coming to a close down. And, but
anyways.
We don't eat it because...
Crap. So, this is really quick. What are those? You get the carton.
5 pound. It's the 5 pound.
5 pounds. Strawberries.
Flat of strawberries. I got you 2 of those last week.
And we ate one.
Yeah. Whatever doesn't quite make it into our mouths ends up into jelly. But yeah, they look so good. Love strawberries.
Sorry. So you clean them and you chop the green stuff off, and I put it in my blender because I don't do chunky things. I don't like chunks. So I puree this to...
Yeah. You make it very liquidy.
Yes, no chunks. And if there's any chunks, I dig them out. Just like when I used to be able to eat yogurt. The chunks. Yeah.
You're funny.
So, after that, you get a big old honkin' bowl, and then you put 2/3 cup of whatever kind of sweetener, whether you use sugar, stevia. I can't have any of that artificially stuff, so I use sugar. And then you put 1 2/3 cup of your fruit, any kind of fruit you can do this with. And then you use this instant pectin, which this is, you need to make sure because it's written really tiny here. It used to be way bigger. It says freezer jam with no cooking. So that's what it looks like. And you put this in there, and I whisk it. I think you do it for 3 minutes. There's directions on here how to do it exactly. And then, you know, it also has how to prepare your fruit. Because I think there's 1 or 2 that, well, cherries are going to remove the pits.
Unless you like chunky stuff.
Yeah, you know, you get those spinning spittoons, you know.
They have a contest, see how far you can go.
So, and you just mix it up, and then you pour it into, I should have brought it over here, the little Ziploc, what are they? They look like
it's the twist lock.
It's got a blue lid and it twists.
It's like the throwaway containers. They're not the the Tupperware or anything, but they're basically sell them like in the disposable storage thing, your bag section. But these have a twist lock, so you can twist lock and they stay on.
It just seems because then after you pour it in there, you twist it on, and I think this lasts up to a year. It never gets that close, so. Yeah,
you stockpile in our freezer and then take it out as you go.
It can refrigerate up to 3 weeks and freeze up to a year. So I don't use the canning jars like what we use for our candles, because it doesn't stay as nice as in these. Now, if you're doing normal jelly jam, then you need to use that. But the freezer jam, and it's quick, you know. The longest thing is chopping up and cleaning the strawberries. The rest is 3 minutes and toss it up in, you know.
Yeah, well, with those disposable containers, they twist lock. So whereas on the canning jar, you know, you're always messing with the 2-piece lid and stuff. So,
but this is also, I mean, because you can put it on peanut butter and jelly, toast, and you could put it on ice cream as a like a garnish thing on it. It's just really, really good. I love it.
Well, one thing I want to mention is that you use sugar, you know, and that's natural. I don't like all the. I'm a diabetic, so I can't really have sugar, but there's not a lot of calories in sugar, and it's natural. They have all of these artificial sweeteners. I don't necessarily like that. So if you're doing,
I can't have any of the artificial because I'm allergic to some of them, and
well, I just was going to comment. You know, sugar people think as being high calorie, but it's actually really low calorie. It's the stuff that goes along when you're like baking pies and stuff. Yeah. It's all the other stuff that kind of adds to it. But I like the fact that it stays natural. I can have a little sugar.
Especially when your blood sugar gets low, then you get lots of sugar.
As long as I count for it, but it stays natural though. So
yeah,
good job.
We don't use any of the artificial thing. The only thing that you ever have anything artificial in is your Diet Coke.
Yeah, and I've cut back on that.
Yeah.
So I'm less.
He's doing so good.
Yeah, I used to drink too much. I agree. I used to drink it since I was a kid because that was really the only thing I could have, but.
That was sweet. Diabetic,
yeah. So, enough of TMI again. So you didn't really want to know that, did you?
So in the coop.
In the coop. What's in my coop? I didn't get to. Well, here I've got an excuse. You don't even know.
I didn't call you out on it last week.
Yeah. I'm working on what is the shawl that I'm working on?
Hitchhiker.
The Hitchhiker. And this is why I started at the beginning of the knit along, because there's times I just don't get knitting. Right?
It's been 2 weeks.
I know. But this last week, Fuji every night has been really wanting attention. And it's funny because she'll...
really wanting her daddy.
Well, that too. But every night we usually sit down and relax, watch some TV in the evening, and I'll sit there and I can knit or, do other things. Well, this whole last week, she's now, she's not in her pen anymore, so she can kind of wander around. And every night she comes over and gives me those puppy eyes. Oh, hold me.
She's not allowed to jump, so she'll just... sit there.
She'll sit in the kitchen for a while and stare at
whimper.
And stare at the back of my head because I can't see her because I'm facing the other direction. And then either I'll have to go over and pick her up, or she'll eventually come down to my feet, and I'll pick her up and she'll just sleep on my lap or on my chest here, as I'm watching TV. And she gets in the way, so I haven't had much opportunity to knit. How do you like my excuse? Well, no, she's right here on my chest, and she gets comfortable, and I got to kind of move my arm over where she can lay her head on it. But yeah, so she's been wanting her dad at night, so she can give me attention. So
I guess that's a good enough excuse.
Yeah, good excuse. But I do have to get some time in on that project so that I can get it finished up.
Yeah, because that's the Martina Bimalong for May and June, and that's with the Limb Knit Crochet podcast, and also with Desert Vista Dye Works. You can enter, if you're using Desert Vista Dye Works, you can enter into her group also. But if not, you can just enter into Lauren and ours. And Desert Vista Dye Works has the coupon code Wolf15 or Wolf Farms 15. So you can use either one of those.
I guess we were saying it wrong at the beginning, so she kind of had to.
She had to correct it.
Put two codes because we made
messed up. Special. So for that knit along, I'm doing the Trillion And in Desert Vista Dye Works, Cherry Blossom colorway.
Chocolate covered cherries?
Is that what I said?
No.
Oh, because that's what I think. That's
I know.
what I think.
That's why I said it.
She's just going to have to change the name. So, I did a little bit. Let's see from the marker. So, yeah. It's a fun pattern. I
like the edging on that.
I'm just got other things I'm like.
Yeah, this project there, that you'll see in a minute.
Yeah,
That's
really
been eaten up all the time, the knitting time. Huh?
Well, and the other one I did a couple days on. Just.
Too many projects? Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Get something on my side of the table.
And then the next thing, was that all for that? I just kind of whipped through that. I'm using size 3s, but you kind of just use whatever you're liking the fabric. And then I am knitting, and I read the reviews and I was hemming and hawing about even knitting this. This is George the Giant Squid by Jenna Krupar. And this was a gift from Sadie Blue Ruin, who's got one more week before she ties the old knot.
Yeah.
And the comments on people's projects was like, this was a real fiddly pain in the butt, and I'm like, I really don't know if I want to mess with this, but it's such a cool looking design that it's like, I thought I got a month, so I spent another evening on it, an evening or two, because it also hurts my hands because it's my hand spun. It's a worsted weight, and it's spun right round in the koi colorway. And
you're on the last tentacle, aren't you?
I got two more. Yeah. Arms. I think I did one. I did a bunch of arms. I did 6 arms. 6 arms and 2 tentacles. You can see those. They're longer than the... I keep hearing something banging. So,
Cosmo.
Yeah, but it's going to be big.
Yeah, it's a lot bigger than I was picturing from the picture.
Yeah.
But pretty cool.
So it's really cool. I was going to start cutting up my hand spun so it was a different color, but I kind of like how it's fading into the next. These, yes, I did. I wanted one color and one another color, but it has not been where I'm like, oh God, I don't want to knit on this. So if that's keeping you, because it hasn't been fiddly. Now I don't know when I get to the next part where you do
bringing it all together.
Yeah. Where you do its butt. I don't know. But no, it's been a really good pattern, and
that's cool looking.
Yeah, I just have other things I'm really wanting to knit, and it's.
You've got cast on Ibis here lately. You've wanted to get other projects.
Yeah. So, yeah, got that one, and then the one that. I've tried not knitting too much on it because I need to get those done. But this is the Cloud Chaser by Bye.
You don't have this all memorized?
Amy Swinson. I thought it was Amy Swinson, but I wasn't sure. And I just love knitting on this. It's so much fun. I'm on the right front. So this needs to go about. So you're holding the back.
Yeah, this is the back. This you showed it last week.
Yeah. So I've done from the stitch marker wherever it is. Should be right in there somewhere. So it's I've done about 12 inches on it.
Quite a bit.
Because I'm decreasing, and yeah, I scared myself the other morning, yesterday morning in fact, because I read the pattern and it said on next and every following 6th row decrease 1. I about had a heart attack because I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm supposed to be decreasing 2. So this is why it's so important to really read the pattern. And so I just set it down. I went and got some more tea, and my heart's pounding because I'm thinking I'm going to have to just rip out all of that and figure out what I did, because I'm kind of altering the pattern because I made the back a little bit longer. So, and I came back and I just started reading from the very beginning, and I thought, okay, the one before it says continue even for 5 rows on the next, which would be your 6th. And I'm like, phew, you know, so I'm glad, I didn't just immediately start ripping out, that I walked away from it, took a break, came back and reread it, and I'm like, phew. So, you know, I'm right. I think I have one more decrease round, and then,
yeah, that's cool. I like all the cabling on that. You did something else, a sweater or something that had a bunch of cabling on it before.
It's on the table, because I'll be needing it in a minute. But, yeah, and this is done in Knit Picks, DK Weight, Swish, in the Marina colorway. So, yeah.
Cool. It's looking good.
And this is for the Mustache Podcast sweater along, and so yep, it's fun. It's just really fun. It's just really holding my attention, and
yeah, I know I've seen that in your hands more than,
because that's
any
what
other
I'm
project.
really wanting to knit on. But I'm like, okay, no, I need to be working on that because it's my own knit along, and you know, so
gotta share the love, huh?
Yeah. So I think that was all my in the coop. No flown in the coop. I could get that squid done, but I'm also having to do it when someone's not around.
Yeah.
And I homeschool, so someone is 24/7 around.
There's times he's in his own little world anyways, so. Usually
in the World of Warcraft world, but, you know, he's been getting up early every morning. Why are you setting your clock? You're a teenager. You're supposed to keep sleeping in.
Just not that lucky, huh?
No. Because he is one to always be interested in what I'm knitting. You know, to really look at, oh, I like how that detail or that color, or... So it's, you know, I can't... Sometimes he'll be a little bit oblivious because he's male, but...
Thanks, son.
Yeah. At least I said it with a smile.
That is true. That is true.
And this is green tea. It's not a urine sample. That'd be a really bad urine sample.
Yeah, I was going to say, wow, what are you drinking? If it's coming out that color.
Yep, so.
Drinking raw tea and percolating, huh? Don't listen to me.
Farmer's Market. I want to mention Rosie Retro has the coupon code Rosie Summer until June 1st. That's rosieretro.etsy.com, I think. Yes. I can read.
We only say it every week.
I know.
You think it'd sink in.
Well, that's when I screw up, is when I do that. And then Angel has the Mayflower shawl pattern, and you can get $1 off until May 31st, so that's coming up. And you can use the code SHAWL4 for that. So,
cool.
Then Squeal like a pig.
Squeal
like a pig. That one kind of sucked.
Squeal like a pig.
Wow.
See, I can imitate you.
So this week, Cookie Lady Knits, Heidi sent me an adorable, look at this card. It reminds me of my friend Christy of Hurricane Yarn. She does guide dogs, and it looks just like it. Sweet fix. She sent me an embellish knit because she asked me if I ever found that I-cord maker. Because I did Shaun the Shelf Elf by Kimberly Gintar, and it's a lot of I-cord. she cheated and did it with a machine, and our Joanne's never had it.
Mm-hmm.
And so Heidi saw it and sent it to me, and it's pretty dang big. I had no idea what the thing looked like, so she sent me this. It's so cool. And
awesome.
I wanted to open it all week, but I knew it would get, the plastic would get icky looking.
You can't open those without...
yeah.
So.
Especially me, because I'm scissor challenged
Yeah.
anyway, so. Yeah, and it even comes with thingies. I don't know what this thing is, but it comes with yarn so you can practice. And yeah, it looks really cool.
It's like my knitting machine that makes... I made the hot dogs and stuff out of.
Yeah, but this is actually little metal needles, so
it looks kind of like the... It looks the same concept. I guess you'll find out when you start using it, but it kind of looks like that same type of thing. So that ought to make it a lot quicker for doing the I-cords.
Yeah, you can do all these little embellishments, too, for like a sweater or hat.
See, I need one of those for my hot dog, because the only part that I actually hand knit was the I-cord
that's true.
for the mustard. So now I can do completely machine hot dogs. Yeah.
So that's really cool.
Yeah, I have to break that out and give it a try now. So.
Yeah, Heidi, you know who's going to end up with it now, huh? So thank you so much.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That brought a big smile to my day, because that was the day I was sweating my butt off with the broken AC and other issues. So, then the other day, Katie, Jet Girl 1313 of the Knitting on the Fly podcast, mom, Terry, that's a whole getting through this, is designing these awesome shawl gems, is what she's calling them. And so she sent me one to review, and I just totally squealed when I opened it, because it's just beautiful. I mean, it's a piece of jewelry. I mean, let me show it to you, and then I will show what you do with it. Isn't that just pretty? Look at those gorgeous colors. My first thing I did was because they sent it to me to review, so, you know, I'm being totally honest. My first thing was I went all along to see if there's any sharp edges, because with a shawl, it's usually very delicate and it would snag. Also, the clippies are, you know, there's nothing on that either, and the teeth on it aren't big and huge like you've seen.
Just enough to hold, but not to where it'll pull the thread.
So the whole thing is just excellent made, because the little bracelet you and Jimmy had gotten me, the little rings were not...
They're not closed correctly.
And it was catching on everything, so you actually soldered it for me.
I actually fixed it so it's all soldered and filed down and stuff.
But this is...
Everything's...
Yeah, just perfect. Nothing to catch on your stuff. Her shop is called Tix. Yeah, Tix Trinkets. TIXTRINKETS.etsy.com. She will be opening the shop June 1st. And these are going to be running $12.50, which is an excellent price for as well as this is made. And so let me show you what this is for. For a shawl, this is my hope. Is it my hope? Something. It's a Laura Lineman pattern. I can't remember. My wish, my hope. It's my hope. I wish. It's one of them.
Yeah, no. I think it's
my hope.
My hope.
Yeah, my wish is my purple one. So, you know, when you're wearing a shawl and if it's windy, like if you live here in the Antelope Valley, this is going to go whoosh. But this, you just clip it on one side and, you know, then you grab your other side and, maybe I should have done the left first. You know, and it's just, it keeps it together so you're not having to, and then, because sometimes I will actually knot it to keep it there. And, you know, you can still, and it's very decorative, you know, it looks like a piece of jewelry and it keeps it held together, you know, so you can wear it like that, and then you don't have to worry about it falling off.
Or falling, and
you know, and then, you know, if you wore it, you know, if you had like a scooped neck, it's going to almost look like a necklace, you know, like part of your jewelry. And then, you know, if you had beads on this, you know, it would just totally
accent those.
Yeah. You know, you could also, you know, choose your beads even to whatever colors you had bought, you know.
Cool.
Which is green. Just love green. Then also another, you know, this. I'm going to have to take off my bracelet because...
you don't want to catch it.
Yeah. If you have a sweater, I guess I wouldn't even need to put it on because it's hot. But, you know, the same thing, because a lot of the sweaters that are designed, you know, this is the Rocky Coast, which we were actually talking about the cables. You know, it's a sweater that doesn't have a button or button band, which also the new Imski Knits pattern, the Old Man in the Sea, you know, you can make it with clasp, the Melissa Jean Designs clasp, or you can get one of these June 1st, and it's perfect. You know, if you just want it, you know, to hold it together, you know. There, let me get, you know, you just clip it, and also, you know, it's not pulling or snagging your yarn at all. Because I immediately started playing with this, and I've sat and tugged on it, and it doesn't pull, the teeth do not pull your yarn. You know, because I'm like, you know, and then it also, you know, so it's not going to ruin it either.
Yeah. Needless to say, she likes it.
I love it. And it's such a great idea. You know, I know years ago they had sweater clasp, you know, and so this is perfect, you know, because some of the, like, the shawl pins, you know, when you put them in, you know, and you bend or something, you get jabbed, or, but yeah, this is really, really, really pretty.
June 1st?
June 1st, you guys gotta go on over there.
I guess you put the link in now, but it won't be open until June 1st.
Well, that's really soon.
I know, 2 weeks, or a week and a half.
Yeah. So I will have the link of that, and so thank you so much for sending that, and I will definitely be using it. I might need a pink one too.
Or maybe a pink and green.
Why? They sent me the green one.
I know.
Yeah.
No, pink and green together.
Yeah. So, in the arena. So I just couldn't handle putting that sweater on.
Yeah, it's a little
like,
warm. We got the fans going, and we're talking about the air conditioner
Yeah,
not working. You don't need to put a sweater on. Start seeing the beads of sweat coming down.
So in the arena, I found a new podcast this week. So I was like caught up on all my podcasts. I was like, wow. And so I went to knittingpodcast.blogspot.com, and I was like looking through and seeing the new podcast, because she's like amazing. She finds them and they're on that blog spot. And this one was called Indie String Podcast, and she's Indie String on Ravelry, and her real name is Kay, and she's got about 5 episodes up. And I watched it through I clicked through from that blog spot, so it's not on iTunes that I'm aware of, or it's not there yet. So, you know, I watched it through her blog, and it was really cool, and she's got the cutest little logo for her thing. It's, you know, like string, and it's a sheepy. It's adorable.
Sheepy string.
A sheepy string. So go give her a watch, and it's really good.
Cool.
So
Is that it?
Yeah. And then I wanted to remind you, because May 29th is the last day for the Knitting Brooklyn podcast, remembering Remy Preemie knit along. That's a mouthful. So, to get your preemie hats into that. Our Hatch a Knit is always going on each month, and we have a lovely sponsor for that, which is Sheep Dreamery, the Sheep Dreamery podcast, and which is Kelly. And so she donates a skein for that, so you could win some of her lovely yarn. And I think that's about it.
That's about it?
Yeah.
And then our Hatch a Knit too. We get Wolf Farm gift certificates as well. Just put in anything that you're knitting on that you finish up in that month, and you can be eligible, win something good.
Yep.
So.
And then our summer knit along, which is June, July, August, is going to be the SOS Summer of Stuffies, and that's knit. It's crocheted. I don't think you could weave a toy. Guess you could weave a snake. Sew a toy. You could sew a toy. Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm just trying to figure out where you're going with that.
I am rambling on.
I know.
So
maybe I should take the reins, huh? And so anyway, just wanted to mention again. Try this week's new addition to the shop, the Banana Coconut Lip Balm. You can try that out for free. Use the coupon code TRYME when you order $10 or more of other products. Just put that in your cart and then put the coupon code during checkout, TRYME, and you'll get it for free. And then hopefully you enjoy that. But I know we've got at least one more flavor that you're giving me the strangest look. One more flavor that we'll have on the lip balms, at least at this point. I think we're up to like 23 or 24 different flavors. So I'm sure we have something in there that you will enjoy. No calories. You just you get all the flavor without the calories. But I know you love them. Dawn's got them stashed throughout the house. So depending on which room she was in, she gets a different flavor.
Yep.
But you can try that out for free. Also, if you would like, we will kindly provide you with a Wolf Farm video podcast button for free. If you, on any paid order at Wolf Farms, you can just put in the comment section. You don't need to add that to your cart. You just put in the comment section, I'd really like a video podcast button. We'll stick that in your package when we're shipping it off, and you can decorate your knitting bag or your knitting monster, your button monster, and whatever, and we'll stick that in. Just ask in the comment section.
I wanted to thank for new iTunes reviews that we've gotten, some really sweet ones. So I wanted to say thank you, and you know who you are. And so it's always fun to get comments on the threads each week, and so
as long as
we like seeing what you're doing and hearing about what you're doing too. So
that's the way we get feedback for what we're doing here. If you're enjoying it, then it's nice to hear that you're enjoying it, because that's the way we do it, trying to entertain you. So I think that's about it for now.
Sure.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Till our next one.
So until next time,
let's get cracking
and
Hatch a Knit. Bye, y'all.